In this opening painting, Sorolla presents us with the traditional costumes of his cultural region of Valencia. We see a group of 5 young people spending a relaxed afternoon together. 2 young men are playing their guitars. A hunting dog sleeps partly on the floor, but also on part of the colorful blanket draped over the chair of one of the guitarists. The group looks as if they are in a courtyard. They are surrounded by exquisite details such as the wall tiles, the clay jars and the cattail chairs. A canary cage, a barber's bowl and an ornate mirror hang from the tree. The group is dressed in traditional Valencian costumes. These garments first appeared in the 16th century as work clothes for Valencian peasants, but over time they transformed into more elegant clothes for special occasions. Today we see these costumes at the Fallas, the traditional festivals held every year to commemorate Saint Joseph in the province of Valencia, Spain. The beautiful skirts are made of silk and are fluffed up by the petticoats. Traditionally, the most common color for silk was blue, determined by the use of natural dyes, but over time reds and greens were added. Very common silk fabrics were satin, taffeta and damask with large drawings of floral bouquets, friezes and fruits. Silk is the iconic fabric of Valencia, representing the city's rich regional past. The 15th century was the golden age of the Kingdom of Valencia. At that time, Valencia was the capital of the Kingdom of Aragon. It developed into a maritime, cultural and economic power whose highly prized products reached all of Europe from the Mediterranean. The volume of trade was so great, in fact, that in 1483 the Lonja de la Seda, a silk market building, was built to control and manage the flourishing silk trade. The girls in this painting also wear their macador over their necks and chests. It is a square piece of linen, cotton, wool, silk, muslin, twill, tulle or taffeta. It is an indispensable garment for a woman, because without it, she did not feel well-dressed or respectable. The preferred color is white or in light shades, although prints and even black are not excluded. It is richly decorated with all kinds of embroidery, usually lace, gold or silver threads and sequins. The other decorative element of this costume is the apron. Only the one woman sitting against the wall wears a sheer apron over her skirt. The apron comes in all shapes and sizes, depending on the taste of the user, and the fabrics may or may not be similar to those of their neck scarves. The most common are yarn, silk, cotton, taffeta and even tulle. The shape can be square, rectangular or oval, gathered by small pleats and fastened at the waist with a waistband and tied at the back. In their hair, the women wear 3 buns. The larger one is worn at the back of the head and the smaller ones at the temples. These buns or bundles of hair are held in place with decorative needles and large combs. The young man in the foreground is dressed in a waistcoat called a chopiti. This garment fits closely to the body and is available in a variety of fabric qualities, colors and patterns. He wears a handsome bright red sash, called a girdle because it not only held his breeches in place, but also protected his back and kidneys while he sat on the horse. This garment was a long strip of cloth, 25 to 30 centimeters wide, worn in different lengths according to need. It could be white or striped, plain or multicolored and made of different materials, cotton, wool, silk, the latter for the wealthier classes. For work in the fields, it was usually black. The young guitarist beside the wall is wearing a hupa. This garment had basically the same structure as the waistcoat, but with sleeves. The men also have their indispensable headscarves, which they use indistinctly for the sun, to dry their sweat, and, when they were not at work, for personal display. The headscarf is made of wool, cotton, silk or pita from the agave cactus and decorated with various shapes and drawings or prints. On the chair behind the first guitarist we see a black hat. It is a radina, the Valencian hat, worn in the 19th century by all kinds of men, peasants in the fields as well as craftsmen or the bourgeois class. For this reason, the Radina Valenciana is the most representative hat of Valencian dress, found in illustrations, paintings, and other documents. Both men wear espadrilles made of natural hemp or esparto fibers. They were fastened to the legs with cross straps and, curiously, did not distinguish between left and right feet. The lighting suggests midday, as there are few shadows. The green foliage in the background, together with the sun, gives a fresh, airy feeling. The background is painted more freely with impressionistic elements, especially in the roses that are scattered everywhere. They look like pink blobs of color. The figures in this oil painting are depicted in a refined academic realism. Sorolla takes no chances with the composition, keeping the boys and the dog in balance with the girls. The narrative is neither particularly risky nor particularly exciting. If it is the sleepy and relaxed mood he wanted to convey, he has succeeded perfectly. The 17th century Spanish Baroque master Diego Velázquez often used dogs to suggest the mood of a painting. Here it is not only the dog that is fully relaxed, but also the young woman in the foreground who also seems to be falling asleep. I can only assume that these young men are playing a beautiful, gentle, soothing ballad on their guitars. Dear viewers, I want to extend my sincere gratitude to each one of you for taking the time to watch this educational lesson on video. Your support for SpainLifestyle.com is greatly appreciated, and it means so much to me. Through your engagement with this video, you have shown a passion for learning and a desire to expand your knowledge on Spain's unique and wonderful culture. I am honored to be a part of that journey for you. As I work hard to continue to bring you the best educational content, I encourage you to visit my website SpainLifestyle.com for more lessons, books, and informative articles. SpainLifestyle.com also has a Facebook page and a YouTube channel. I also have several historical textbooks and interesting travel guides on Amazon for you to read, learn, and enjoy, all with colorful illustrations. Once again, thank you for your support and for being a part of my Spanish art lovers community. I hope you will enjoy everything that SpainLifestyle.com has to offer.